Darmstadt is a city in the Bundesland of Hesse in Germany, located in the southern part of the Rhine-Main-Area. Darmstadt has a population of 147,927. The Darmstadt Larger Urban Zone has 430,993 inhabitants. Darmstadt holds the official title Wissenschaftsstadt as it is a major center of scientific institutions, universities and high-technology companies. The European Space Operations Centre is located in Darmstadt as well as GSI Centre for Heavy Ion Research, where the chemical element Darmstadtium was discovered. Until 1945 it was the capital of Hesse, which used to be an independent country until the formation of the German Empire in 1871. As the administrative centre of an increasingly prosperous duchy, the city gained some international prominence. In the 20th century, industry as well as large science and electronics sectors became increasingly important, and are still a major part of the city's economy. Darmstadt also has a large tertiary education sector, with 3 major universities and numerous associated institutions. Boroughs. Darmstadt has 9 official Stadtteile. These are, alphabetically, the suburbs Wetterstadt, Grisham, Mar 1/4 HLTAL, Funkstadt, Malchen and Seeheim-Jugendheim are independent municipalities which are closely intertwined with the city of Darmstadt. Transport. Darmstadt is highly connected to all means of transportation, including the Autobahn network, the Intercity Express network and a major international airport. Roads. Darmstadt is connected to a number of major roads, including 2 Autobahn. The main road passing west-east is the Bundesstraße 26, the Bundesstraße 3 runs north-south. The rural areas east of the city and the Odenwald are accessed by several secondary roads. Public transport in Darmstadt. The extensive public transport system of Darmstadt is integrated in the RMV. The backbone of public transport in Darmstadt is its modern tram system with 9 lines and a local bus service serving all parts of the city. Darmstadt is furthermore connected to the Frankfurt S-Bahn system and being served by regional bus lines. Furthermore, regional train lines connect 6 secondary train stations within the city. Regional train links. Darmstadt is connected to the Frankfurt Rapid Transit network by S-Bahn line S3. Besides that, a number of regional trains connect secondary train stations within Darmstadt in the region with Darmstadt Hauptbahnhof, offering a net of inner-city and regional train links. National train links. By its main train station Darmstadt Hauptbahnhof, which is located in the western part of the central city, Darmstadt is connected to the rest of Germany and Europe by the Intercity Express network and other long-distance trains. Darmstadt Hauptbahnhof is a busy station with 12 platforms which serves as a transportation hub for the southern Hesse-Odenwald region. Airports. Frankfurt International Airport. Darmstadt can be easily accessed from around the world via Frankfurt Airport, which is located 20 km from central Darmstadt and connected to it via Autobahn 5, S-Bahn, several bus lines and a direct express bus link. The airport ranks among the world's busiest airports by passenger traffic and is the second busiest airport by cargo traffic in Europe. The airport also serves as the main hub for German flag carrier Lufthansa. Frankfurt-Egelsbach Airport. Frankfurt-Egelsbach Airport is a busy general aviation airport located 5 km north of Darmstadt, near the town of Egelsbach. Frankfurt-Hahn Airport. Despite the name, Frankfurt-Hahn Airport is located far outside the Frankfurt metro area, approximately 120 km away in Latzenhausen. Hahn Airport is a major base for low-cost carrier Ryanair. This airport can only be reached by car or bus. National coach services. Darmstadt is being served by several national and European bus links which connect Darmstadt with other German and European cities. Parks, architecture and attractions. Castles and historical buildings. Due to the fact that Darmstadt was the capital of the independent Duchy of Hesse until 1871 and the German state of Hesse until 1945, it has many architectural testimonies of this period. The Ducal Palace of Darmstadt is located in the city centre. It was the residence of the Counts of Hesse-Darmstadt, later as Grand Dukes of Hesse by the grace of Napoleon. The rulers of Hesse also owned a hunting lodge in Kranichstein, which is nowadays used as a five-star hotel. The most famous castle in the Darmstadt region is Frankenstein Castle, due to claims that the real castle may have had an influence on Mary Shelley's decision to choose the name Frankenstein for the monster figure she invented. This castle dates back to the 13th century, but it was acquired by the Counts of Hesse-Darmstadt in 1662. Modern architecture. Darmstadt has a rich tradition in modern architecture. After 1945, several Meisterbauten were built that set standards for modern architecture. These buildings still exist and are used for various public and private purposes. In the late 1990s, the Walzbarail was built, a residential complex by Austrian Friedensreich an der Twasser. As an almost surreal building, it is internationally famous for its almost absolute rejection of rectangular forms, down to every window having a different shape, the style being a trademark of an der Twasser's work. An der Twasser passed away before the Walzbarail was finished. Art Nouveau. Darmstadt was a center of the Art Nouveau movement. Surviving examples of the Jugendstil period include the Rosenhaar Paragraph E, a landscaped English-style rose garden from the 19th century, recently renovated and replanted, the Methudenhaar Paragraph E, with the Hochzeitsturm by Joseph Maria Olbrich, the Russian chapel in Darmstadt, and large exhibition halls, as well as many private villas built by Jugendstil architects who had settled in Darmstadt. German Art Nouveau is commonly known by its German name, Jugendstil. The name is taken from the artistic journal, Die Jugend, which was published in Munich and which espoused the new artistic movement. It was founded in 1896 by Georg Hirth. The magazine was instrumental in promoting the style in Germany. As a result, its name was adopted as the most common German-language term for the style, Jugendstil. Although, during the early 20th century, the word was applied to only two-dimensional examples of the graphic arts, especially the forms of organic typography and graphic design found in and influenced by German magazines like Jugend, Pan, and Simplicissimus, it is now applied to more general manifestations of Art Nouveau visual arts in Germany, the Netherlands, the Baltic states, and Nordic countries. The two main centers for Jugendstil art in Germany were Munich and Darmstadt. Squares. The Luisenplatz, the central square of the city, forms the center of the city and is the main public transport hub. In 1844, the Ludwigser currency Ulet, a 33-meter column commemorating Ludwig I, 1st Grand Duke of Hesse, was placed in the middle of the square. While the column still stands, the square is today surrounded by mostly modern buildings. Other important squares are the Marktplatz near the Old City Hall and the Sebasplatz at the Methudenhaar Paragraph E. Parks. The city has a high density of parks. Among the most important parks are the English-style Herrengarten in central Darmstadt. In former times it was part of the royal gardens used exclusively by the Duchies of Darmstadt. Today it is a public park, heavily used in every season of the year. Other important parks are the French-style parks Prinz Georgsgarten and Orangery, the modern-style Bar One-Quarter Route Park in northern Darmstadt, and the mystical park Rosenhaar Paragraph E, which also serves as the cemetery for the Duchies of Darmstadt, with two impressive mausoleum buildings in its remote parts. The Botanische Garten in eastern Darmstadt is a botanical garden maintained by the Darmstadt University of Technology with a fine collection of rare plants and trees. Churches. The Protestant State Kirche Church, built in 1369, is in the pedestrian zone of the downtown city centre, next to the historic Hotel Bockschort. The church has Gothic elements along with Renaissance and Baroque. It houses the royal crypt. Hotel Bockschort was built in 1580 for a church presbytery. The most important Catholic church is St. Ludwig in central Darmstadt. The Russian chapel in Darmstadt is a Russian Orthodox church which is still in use. It was built and used as a private chapel by the last Tsar of Russia, Nicholas II, whose wife Alexandra was born in Darmstadt. Although Russian Orthodox churches also exist in other cities outside Russia, the Russian chapel in Darmstadt was the only official Russian church used by the Russian Tsar outside the Russian Empire. It is said that the chapel was built on Russian soil that was brought to Darmstadt exclusively for the purpose of building the Tsar's private chapel on it. Festivals. Every year around early July the Heinefest festival is held in the streets surrounding the old ducal palace. It is a traditional German festival with music acts, beer halls, amusement rides and booths selling trinkets and food. The similar Schlagerabendfest, which is more live music oriented, is held in the same location every year in May. These two festivals attract 700,000 and 400,000 visitors respectively. Culture. Darmstadt has a rich cultural heritage. The Staatstheater Darmstadt dates back to the year 1711. The present building has been in use since 1972 and has 3 halls which can be used independently. The Grand Hall provides seats for 956 euro people and serves as Darmstadt's opera house. The small hall is mostly used for plays and dance and has 482 seats. A separate small hall with 120 seats is used for chamber plays. Among the museums in Darmstadt, the most important are the Hessisches Landesmuseum, the Porcelain Museum, the Schlossmuseum, the Kunsthalle Darmstadt, the Exhibition Centre Methodenhaarparagraphie and the Museum K1 and Stille Kolonie. The Jazzinstitut Darmstadt is Germany's largest publicly accessible jazz archive. The Internationales Musikinstitut Darmstadt, harboring one of the world's largest collections of post-war sheet music, also hosts the biennial Internationale Ferienkurs für Année Musik, a summer school in contemporary classical music founded by Wolfgang Stieneck. A large number of avant-garde composers have attended and given lectures there, including Olivier Messiaen, Luciano Berio, Milton Babbitt, Pierre Boulez, Luigi Nono, John Cage, Gyau Paragraph G. Y. Ligeti, Ioannis Xenakis, Karl-Heinz Stockhausen and Mauricio Cajal. The Deutsche Akademie für Sprache und Dichtung provides writers and scholars with a place to research the German language. The Academy's annual Georg Bauer Chner Prize, named in memory of Georg Bauer Chner, is considered the most prestigious literary award for writers of German language. Geography. Darmstadt is mostly located in the Upper Rhine Plain, a major rift, about 350 km long and on average 50 km wide, between the cities of Frankfurt in the north and Basel in the south. However, Darmstadt's southeastern boroughs are located in the spurs of the Odenwald, a low mountain range in southern Hesse between the Main and Neckar rivers. Climate. Southern Hesse is well known for its mild climate which allows wine growing on a large scale in the region south of Darmstadt. The weather is often volatile with the summers being warm and humid with frequent thunderstorms, the winters mostly relatively mild with frequent periods of high fog. Education. Schools. The city of Darmstadt offers students a broad variety of public primary, secondary and tertiary schools. Besides them, private schools exist, for example the Catholic secondary school Edith Steins Hule, the Adventist Schulzentrum Marienhaarparagraphie, an anthroposophic Waldorf school, a Comenius school and other faith-based private schools. Universities. Technical University of Darmstadt, commonly referred to as TU Darmstadt, is a research university. It was founded in 1877 and received the right to award doctorates in 1899. In 1882 it was the first university in the world to set up a chair in electrical engineering. In 1883 the first faculty for electrical engineering was founded there. The university is organized in 13 departments and 5 fields of study, which altogether offer about 100 courses of studies. The fields of study offer interdisciplinary degree courses in which students take lectures in multiple departments. The university, as its title suggests, offers degree courses in the fields of electrical, mechanical and civil engineering, architecture, computer science, mathematics and the natural sciences. It also offers courses in economics, law, history, politics, sociology, psychology, sports science and linguistics. It also offers degree courses for teaching positions at German vocational schools and gymnasiums. The Darmstadt University of Applied Sciences is internationally known for its achievements in the areas of engineering and computer science. The university has the highest number of industrial linkage programs, compared to the rest of the universities of applied sciences. The roots of University of Applied Sciences Darmstadt dates back to 1876. However, it has not emerged as a separate institution before 1971. Today it is the largest university of applied sciences in the state of Hesse with about 11,000 students offering courses in architecture, chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer science, design, economics, electrical engineering and information technology, mathematics and science, mechanical engineering, media, plastics engineering, social and cultural studies, social sciences and mechatronics. The Protestant University of Applied Sciences Darmstadt is an officially recognized and church-sponsored university. The sponsors are the Protestant Church in Hesse and Nassau, the Protestant Church of Cohesse-Waldeck and a social welfare organization of both Hessian Protestant churches, the Diakonie Hesse. The EHD has approximately 1,700 students, 40 professors and 10 scientific employees and about 100 visiting lecturers every semester. Institutions, technology. Darmstadt is home to many research institutions such as the Fraunhofer Society and the Gesellschaft für Quantenausforschung, which operates a particle accelerator in northern Darmstadt. The GSI, amongst other elements, discovered the chemical element Darmstadtium, named after the city in 2003. This makes Darmstadt one of only 8 settlements with elements named after them. Stockholm in Sweden. Strunchon in Scotland. Copenhagen in Denmark. Paris. Berkeley, California. And Dubna in Russia. Various other elements, including meitnerium, hassium, röntgenium and copernicium were also synthesized in the Darmstadt facility. The European Space Operations Center of the European Space Agency is located in Darmstadt. From here, various deep space exploration spacecraft and Earth-orbiting satellites are operated for the purposes of scientific research, and technology development and demonstration. EUMETSAT, the European Organization for the Exploitation of Meteorological Satellites, operates the principal European meteorological satellites from its headquarters, including the first and second generations of Meteosat geostationary satellites, and the Polar Orbiting Top series. Darmstadt is a center for the pharmaceutical and chemical industry, with Merck, Ra Paragraph HM and SCHENCKRO having their main plants and centers here. United States military presence. U.S. forces entered the city of Darmstadt on March 25, 1945. At the end of World War II, Darmstadt was among the 112 communities where U.S. forces were stationed. Early units stationed here included elements of the U.S. Constabulary, Air Force units and a quartermaster school. Over the years, the U.S. military community Darmstadt under a variety of designations served as home for thousands of American soldiers and their families. It included 6 principal installations in Darmstadt and nearby Babenhausen, Grisham and Mar 1/4 NSTER, plus several housing areas, an airfield and a large number of smaller facilities as far away as Bencham and Aschaffenburg. The military newspaper European Stars and Stripes also had its headquarters there. As of 1993, the Darmstadt military community also assumed responsibility for the remaining U.S. Army facilities in the Frankfurt area. As part of the U.S. Army's ongoing transformation in Germany, the Darmstadt military community, by then designated U.S. Army Garrison Darmstadt, inactivated on September 30, 2008. Even after the garrison inactivation, however, there is still one unit active in Darmstadt, the 66th Military Intelligence Group at the Dagger complex on Eberste DTEOWAG. It draws its support from the nearby U.S. Army garrison Wiesbaden. The website of the 66th Military Intelligence Brigade claims they moved out in 2008, but Google Maps and Bing satellite imagery still show a respectively full and quarter-full parking lot, and the U.S. Army garrison Wiesbaden's website mentions the unit still being active in Darmstadt, and a Marine Corps company being stationed there as well. With the exception of Dagger complex, all remaining U.S. installations are now empty and closed to the public, pending property disposal by the German authorities. Tourist sites in Darmstadt City, Methudenhui with the Art Nouveau Museum, Wedding Tower at Sebasplatz, State Theatre and Opera House, Park Rosenhaar Paragraphy with the Twakal Cemetery, Wolfsburg Hundertwasser Building, the former private chapel of the last Tsar of Russia, City Centre with Luisenplatz, the castle and the market square, Hauptbahnhof, Central Train Station, Herrengarten Park, Botanical Garden, Vortex Garden, Porcelain Museum at Schlossgartenplatz Street Ludwig Church, State Museum, State Archive Old Theatre, Train Museum Kronigstein. Region, Odenwald, Bergstrasse, Vineyards at St. Frankenstein Castle, Messel Pit Fossil Site, Mellebecus, History. Origins, the name Darmstadt first appears towards the end of the 11th century, then as Darmstadt. Literally translated, Darmstadt means intestine city, but this is just a coincidence. The origins of the name are unknown. Darmund in Middle Low German is translated as boggy headlands, but it could be a misspelling in local dialect of another name. Even locals often believe, incorrectly, that the name derives from the Darmstadt. In fact, the stream received its current name much later, after the city, not vice versa. Darmstadt was chartered as a city by the Holy Roman Emperor Ludwig the Bavarian in 1330, at which time it belonged to the Counts of Katzenelnbogen. The city, then called Darmstadt, became a secondary residence for the counts, with a small castle established at the site of the current, much larger edifice. When the House of Katzenelnbogen became extinct in 1479, the city was passed to the Landgraviate of Hesse, and was seat of the ruling Landgraves and thereafter of the Grand Dukes of Hesse. Industrial Age. The city grew in population during the 19th century from little over 10,000 to 72,000 inhabitants. A polytechnical school, which later became a technical university now known as TU Darmstadt, was established in 1877. In the beginning of the 20th century, Darmstadt was an important center for the art movement of Jugendstil, the German variant of Art Nouveau. Annual architectural competitions led to the building of many architectural treasures of this period. Also during this period, in 1912 the chemist Anton Kalisch, working for the pharmaceutical company Merck, first synthesized the chemical MDMA in Darmstadt. Darmstadt's municipal area was extended in 1937 to include the neighboring localities of Achilgen and Eberstadt, and in 1938 the city was separated administratively from the surrounding district. Nazi Germany. Darmstadt was the first city in Germany to force Jewish shops to close in early 1933, shortly after the Nazis took power in Germany. The shops were only closed for one day, for endangering communal order and tranquility. In 1942, over 3,000 Jews from Darmstadt were first forced into a collection camp located in the Liebergshütte, and later deported to concentration camps where most eventually died. Some prominent members of the German resistance against the Nazis were citizens of Darmstadt. These include Wilhelm Leuschner and Theodor Heibsch, both executed for their opposition to the regime. Darmstadt was first bombed on July 30, 1940, and 34 other air raids would follow. The old city centre was largely destroyed in a British bombing raid on September 11, 1944. This attack was an early use of the firestorm technique, subsequently used on the city of Dresden in February 1945, where a number of incendiary bombs are dropped around the city before explosive blast bombs are dropped to begin a self-sustaining combustion process where the winds generated by the fire ensure it continues to burn. Darmstadt was selected as the secondary target for the raid, but promoted to primary target after clouds were observed over the primary which would have hindered any reconnaissance of the after effects. During this worst attack an estimated 11,000 12,500 inhabitants died, and 66,000 70,000 were left homeless. Over three-quarters of Darmstadt's inner city was destroyed. Post-war rebuilding was done in a relatively plain architectural style, although a number of historic buildings were rebuilt in their original styles after capturing the city in March 20, 1945 by 4th American Armored Division. Post-World War II, throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, Darmstadt became home to many technology companies and research institutes, and has been promoting itself as a city of science since 1997. It is well known as a high-tech center in the vicinity of Frankfurt Airport, with important activities in spacecraft operations, chemistry, pharmacy, information technology, biotechnology, telecommunications and mechatronics. In 2000, its region also scored rank 3 amongst 97 German regions in the Wirtschaftswoche test ranking Germany's high-tech regions. The TU Darmstadt is one of the important technical institutes in Germany and is well known for its research and teaching in the electrical, mechanical and civil engineering disciplines. Together with other tertiary institutions, the TU is responsible for the large student population of the city, which stood at 33,547 in 2004. Moreover, the Femisa move was established by Hossam El Mosalami in June 2014. Notable persons: Gerda Formal, Czechoslovakian-born 1931 to German parents. Moved back after the war and studied at the Darmstadt School of Art. Formal moved on to be an inspiring artist, winning awards in Germany and Ireland for outstanding sculpture. Anton Karl Paragraph-Lisch, German chemist who first synthesized MDMA, Heinrich von Brentano, Federal Minister for Foreign Affairs from 1955 to 1961, Georg Barwon Korte Chner, 19th-century dramatist, poet and revolutionist, Alexandra Fyodorovna, Russian Empress, born June 6, 1872 as Alex of Hesse, married Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, Joseph Gans, automotive engineer and pioneer, studied at the Technical University of Darmstadt, Christoph Graupner, composer and Hofkapellmeister at the court of Hesse-Darmstadt from 1711 to 1754, Benno Gutenberg, German-American seismologist, Friedrich August Kekula copyright, prominent 19th century organic chemist, and the principal founder of the theory of chemical structure, Karl Otto Koch, commandant of the Nazi concentration camps at Buchenwald and Sachsenhausen, Andrea Petkovic, professional tennis player, Marcus Rill, professional bodybuilder, Arno Schmidt, author and translator, Walter Schmiel, author and translator, Karl-Heinz Stockhausen, leading 20th-century electronic composer, Michał Jankstrom-Korskak, Polish pianist at the Staatstheater Darmstadt, founder and president of the Chopin Organization, porter of the Polish and German Order. Dirk and Petra Wunderlich, homeschooling parents who were targets of multiple arrests who fled to the United States in 2010 to seek political sanctuary for homeschooling rights. International relations. Twin towns/sister cities, Darmstadt is twinned with, see also, Technical University of Darmstadt, Rhine-Main-Area, references. External links, official website of the City of Darmstadt, Discover Darmstadt, city tourist website. Germany Travel, Darmstadt, a Darmstadt. Encyclopaedia Britannica 6. 1878a.